Hey y'all, what's good? Welcome to episode 5. Can you believe it? Episode 5 of the What's Good Live and Unfiltered show. Today is an extremely special show because we are actually with Nikki. This is her episode. She produced it and she is the one leading this show today, and she is live in New Jersey at Sanj's Smoke Shop with Sanj Patel. And so, for those of you who know Sanj, this is going to be a totally live and unfiltered show. But for those of you all across the US and the world, whoever watches the show will get to know Sanj. And it's going to be uh, heartfelt, and it's going to come straight from him and his experience as a retailer out of New Jersey. So let's go ahead and get this show started. I'm going to bring Nikki onto the show.
What's good? What's good, Louie?
Hey, hello. And I see you got Sanj there already.
Yeah.
Hi, you guys. And so what we're going to do today, Nick, this is your last episode with us, and so this is a very special show, and we thank you for bringing Sanj to us and producing the show and all of the other shows that we've done up to this point. So I'm going to lead it on to you so that you can take over the show.
Okay, well, thank you very much. What's good, everybody? As you can see, I've got Sanj Patel here. We are live from his shop, Sanj Smoke Shop in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Sanj has been gracious. I got here, I think, Thursday, and he has just been a wonderful host. I've been smoking good since I got here. So we're going to get into his cigars and all of that good stuff. But I wanted to bring in my other co-host. We've got Arlene.
What's good, everyone?
What's good?
Good?
How you doing?
There she is.
Hey.
And then I want to bring in from ATL, Miss Tyee, your favorite cigar slanger.
What's good, sis?
What's good, sis? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Y'all, we are in for a heck of a show, let me tell you. Because I have had a chance to sit down with this man, and the stories, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't know, I could sit here for days and just listen to him. So Sanj has been doing this for over 30 years. His shop has grown. And later on in the show, if I can get my feet to do right, we'll take a tour. But his customer, or his family, because his customers aren't just customers, they're family to him. So they told me how much the shop has grown, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But Sanj's, his heart and his compassion is through his charity. Sanj is big with charity. He loves to help others, others that are in need, others that need things. This man right here, he's got a big heart, a really big heart. And Arlene, you'll get into more of that with Sanj. So I think one of the things that I learned about Sanj and talking to him is that he's got two passions. The first is construction, and the second is cigars, which I did not know. So, Sanj, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Construction is something, I enjoy doing it. That's like my downtime. That's my peace time. That's, I could create stuff. So this whole shop that you see here is designed and built by me, of course, with the help, but all the concept and everything comes through. So we're making a lounge upstairs, bigger lounge, almost 2,000 and change square foot. So everything is designed from flooring to color themes and stuff. And I always like to, when I do construction, it's like anything I do, I like to make it a fun project, right? So the upstairs lounge, what we're doing, I'm very big with the autistic kids, right? So our plan is we have a bunch of artists, they're going to do the air conditioned ducts, which is exposed, and they're going to come do it. There is our in-house artist, Mario Pina, who's very well known. There is another guy, Lean Dog, uh, Cam from New York, and Atomic from Florida. And they're gonna, do their artwork and stuff. And then the walls that we decided, I'm gonna do there is a autistic kids school that I support, and there's about 17 kids there. And we're gonna bring them all, and we're gonna do water-based acrylic water balloons, paint balloons, but the little water balloons. And I'm going to bring them over. And once everything's painted, and I'm just going to have a good time and say, throw whatever the fuck you want to throw, whatever you want. And that's going to become our wall. So we're going to do like a lot of exotic colors and stuff. And then whatever it dries, let it be. So the base going to be graphite black, what you see here in the back, right? So, and then rest of it is going to be all, whatever the kids throw this paint and color and whatever they want to do is going to be a pizza party, cupcake party, whatever they need to get done is going to be. So we're going to make a whole day event. So in my projects, I like to get people involved, right? Whether they're grown or kids. So it's a fun day for them. And then I'll get some clowns and balloon blowers, and we'll have a good time. So everything I have ever done is I always make sure that everyone is involved in it, right? So it's, if I'm having fun, I want everyone else to have a fun. My theory in life is very simple. We always pray that everyone should have more than what we have. So that's my prayers every day. That's my wish every day. So if somebody want to learn something, we'll help them. Just like the cigar business. If any cigar shop that opened up in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania in last 25 years, they all came out of me. Every single one of them, exception of maybe 2. But they want to open up a shop. I give them product. I help them. I teach them whatever they need. And it, to me, I don't feel as anybody could compete with me, or is there a competition. My best day, I tell people who know me, they know my best day here is when nobody's here. So I get to smoke cigars in peace. So to me, it's not about, just money. And if it was, and as proof, like they say, proof's in the pudding, right? If it was about for money, none of the cigars would be at MSRP. No matter how hot the cigar is, every single cigar is at MSRP. So when I first started the shop in 1992, there was 0% tax on tobacco. Then it was 9%. Then it was 12%. Then it went to 24%. And then overnight, it went to 48% with floor tax. So what people don't understand, floor tax, is the state of New Jersey came in and they took our inventory, and remaining 24%, we have to pay it, right? And we never changed the price. So now even the New Jersey guys are talking about doing 60% tax. My price still will be same, not a penny more. So a lot of people, yesterday somebody asked me, I have other group came from Baltimore as well. And they asked me, so we always say it's home of MSRP. And I said, MSRP is when most people don't know that what the pricing that you see for a cigar in Cigar Aficionado or Half Wheel, those prices are MSRP, but that's without the state tax. So if this MSRP cigar is $10 in New Jersey, because it's 30% tax, it should be fair price, should be $11.50 to $13 a cigar. You go to California, that cigar should be $35 a cigar. So we sell everything at MSRP. So if the company says this cigar is $10, that's exactly what we have it for. And we have a way of doing our things. We have rules, we have regulations, just like anything else, right? So we're very, the way our term, the first hashtag is just me. My number one hashtag is do good. So to me, that's my life. That's anything. If somebody asks me to give me your shirt, I'll give it to them, right? But even, like I don't judge people. I have people, they say, hey, you're giving out, this guy's alcoholic, this guy's, using drugs. And I explain to people, I say, my dream, we all know how we want to die, right? So I know how I want to die. When I'm dying, I want to hold all my family, my friends together. I want to see them for one last time. So my thing is, if this fucking guy he gave up his family and he gave up everything he knew for a fucking bottle of, alcohol, or fucking, one shot of fucking heroin. If he dies from my money, I consider myself lucky that I was there to at least make him feel that, he died doing what he loved doing. So people are too quick to judge people. Oh, guy's a fucking junkie. Well, that's not. What have you done to help that person before you made that statement? Fucking nothing. So fuck society and fuck those scumbags. Keep on helping.
Exactly. Preach it, son. Well, with that, I think that's a great segue for What's the Word with Arlene. So take it away, Arlene.
Get it all figured out. Oh my God. I love your mindset. So let's welcome to What's the Word with Arlene. I have a bunch of cards here with random questions. So Sanj, give me your favorite number, 1 through 30.
Well, I'm sorry, say that again.
Give me your favorite number, 1 through 30.
13.
13. All right, 13. You ready for the question?
Yes.
Perfect. It says, what are you working towards that you could use help with?
What am I
What
working
are you
towards?
working towards that you can use help with?
Nothing.
Love this guy.
Nothing. If I
Oh,
need
Lord.
help with something, then I don't need to do it. So, of course, what is help? Like, is it construction? If I need help, yes. I'm a disabled guy, right? I can't carry a lot of stuff and things like that. But yes, that kind of help. But as a life things that you do, like charity, we do. I never ever ask for help. You know. So like if you call me up and say, hey, there's a children's school here and needs this, I'm there. I'm doing it on my own. I donate cigars. I'll do whatever it needs to. By the way, my shop donates. We do close to somewhere from, I mean, not last 2 years due to COVID, a lot of things were off, but we do average 10 to 15,000 cigars donation a year,
Wow.
regardless of who's
Sanj,
asking.
okay. Right. That's amazing, Sanj. You really do good work, and it seems like you're paying forward all the time. Like you're just
All the
taking care
time.
of everybody. So
Yes.
let's get into this. Let's get into this. I know you have a hashtag that's the most hated retailer, right?
Right.
But there's a big heart behind that. So let's get into that big heart of yours. So my question to you is, I live in California. We have a problem with homeless people, right? You're aware of that. And
Yeah.
it's all over. Mainly in California, it's huge. So, if given the opportunity, Sanj, how would you fix that problem?
So first, I mean, that's a large scale, right? So of course I need help then, I mean,
Absolutely.
if it's like 10, 50, 100
Absolutely.
people, I could manage, right?
Right.
But what I would do, the most importantly, I think, the people, me personally, you ask me questions, so I'm going to speak for myself, right?
Okay.
So me personally, if I had the resources and if I had, opportunity to do it, first thing that I would do is educate not the people in the distressed situation, the people around them. These motherfuckers ride by in the fancy cars and look at them with, like, what the fuck's going on? But I would educate those guys. Say, hey, stop, take your time, help somebody's family, give them a fucking bag of McDonald's, whatever it is. But so you have to, I think, in a mass scale like that, you have to change the outlook of the people surrounding them, right? So anybody, listen, I'm very blessed. Tomorrow I could, drop everything, lose everything. So, that's the beauty of life, right? And then you come back, you fall down, you get up, you do it again. But people in California or anywhere, you're homeless, you're homeless. So you have to understand. I mean, no one wakes up tomorrow, tonight no one goes to bed and says, fuck it, tomorrow I'm going to become a homeless man, right? Or homeless woman or homeless family. So if I would change the thing with people's outlook about people's situation, right? So on my birthday, I have so many people want to send me presents and stuff. And I tell them, whatever you want to spend on me, first homeless person you see, give them that money. That's every
Oh,
year for years.
Sanj.
You know, so to me, how do you change it? Community has to get together, right? Learn to
Right.
sacrifice. If I came to, whatever that area is, I would actually do not preach to the people that need help, but I preach to the people and say, hey, look, let's not eat one day. Let's all fast because all these motherfuckers want to go on a diet and pay high money, right? Let's starve ourselves one day, and whatever our expenses is, let's
Right.
feed these people. And I guarantee you, nobody would do it
Right.
because people, God gave mouth to motherfuckers, and they could talk. They're very quick to say something negative about somebody, but what have they done? Nothing. So that's why,
Right.
again,
Right.
if I have to fix it, I would change the community. I would ask the help of a community and say, hey, let's do fasting one day. No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner. But yeah, of course, you don't want to starve, right? So you eat a little bit, and
Yeah.
then let's take our family. So, like at Christmas time, here, you see it all on my social media. My goal is we donate 1,000 toys every year, right? So we do toy drive and stuff. And if I get 400 toys, 600 comes out of me. Then we do,
Wow.
now keep in mind, I'm Hindu, that head, right? We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate any of it. I still take my kids. I have young kids in Newark, and we donate every year 500 turkeys, 500 bags of vegetables, 500 bags of the stuffings and stuff. And I take my kids with me so they could see it. And my kids, I
Right.
have 3 kids. My oldest one is 15. My youngest one's 10. And if you see them, ask them, they have zero issue giving what they have to somebody who needs it. And that is, to me, that is my wealth, right? I don't ride in a fancy cars. If you see me in the street, you won't even look at me. I have 2005 Toyota Tacoma with 390,000 miles, right? It's banged up in every corner. But guess what? It takes me from point A to point B. So can I go out and buy a car today? Yes, 100%. But my thing is, if I could help somebody, you know, buy an inexpensive car. Car's not going to make me, right? People going to know who I am by my
Right.
character, not what I own, right? So that, to me, that's
Right.
an important part of my life, right? And I'm lucky enough that my wife, my kids, they're all in the same boat, and we're not flashy people. We're very humble people. And a lot of times people ask me, "Hey, you own all this, why don't you do this?" And I say, "I get tell you what. Instead of buying $100,000 car, I'll buy $40,000 car, and I'd rather put 60,000 to somebody, some charity or some school or something they need it. So to
Yeah.
me, that's just my life. I eat
Right.
simple
Right.
foods. I'm a simple guy. I don't have any, like a high end lifestyle or nothing.
You're not
Because
flashy.
because to me, if I have $100 a day to spend, I want to make sure that I give $60 of that 100 to somebody who needs it. Because if you look at me, I'm a fat
Right.
bastard, right? So I could skip a fucking meal. I'm
Sure.
153 pounds, soaking wet. I'm fat. Yeah, but according to US, I'm fat. But bottom line is, I want to leave my. So if I ever die, people who know me 10 years from now, they would never have to trace their memory and say who Sanj was. As soon as the name comes Sanj, they're going to know
Right.
that, hey, he was a good guy. Now, and that's all I want out of life. I don't want to leave mansions behind. I don't want to leave a big wealthy bank accounts behind. Listen, nobody left nothing for me, right? So I tell my kids, you have to work. My kids have to do chores to get something in the house. They are spoiled, but they're not spoiled. So there is a discipline. There's rules. So I mean, that's our life. But to fix the problem, there is community leaders have to come together because it's like a small
That's
fire,
right.
right? You could have controlled it when it was
Right.
small, but if it's burning, then you do need help from other people. If you ever want to do something about that, you let me know. I would gladly fly down there and we could start talking to people. And I have a lot of connection at a lot of places, so I have a lot of celebrity connections and stuff. So we could get people together and do really something about it. Even my thing is, if I
Oh
could
my
give the
God.
a warm meal for one day, I'm happy about that. My time doing it, if it takes me a month to give them one day a warm meal, my time's not wasted. My time is well spent. So to me,
Absolutely.
we could do it, absolutely, but you have to get the community people into it, right? So every community,
Right, right.
their so-called community, but is that really a community? The motherfuckers, your neighbor could starve and they don't care. So that's not a community,
Yeah.
and to
No.
me, something like that, you have to do it as an individual, right? So next time, if you
Yeah.
say, hey, I'm gonna go in
It starts
five-star
with us.
restaurant, five-star restaurant, eat fucking cheeseburger from diner and give the other cheeseburger what you could buy one meal, buy three meals, donate two to someone and eat one. If you do that
Oh,
sacrifice once a
son.
week, look how far you're going. And you tell that same thing to your friends and say, hey, on
Right,
my birthday, I want you to feed three people. Now
right.
multiply
We can feed
that.
a lot.
Before a year,
Yes.
everybody's eating.
Right, right.
You
So,
know that that
Sanj, tell me, I know that you do a lot of charity events. So give us some examples of what some of the things that you do so that we can participate. Help us to understand what you do.
So my thing is, I sit here, right? And someone calls me or someone says, "Hey, we have a kid, who's got, cancer, don't have benefits." So we have done so much stuff for people that I don't know them. So, for example, Nikki's sitting next to me, right? And Nikki says, "Son, there's a kid family in the Baltimore where she comes from, or LA, or whatever." And said, "There's a little kid, they don't have an insurance benefit." In 2 weeks, I would do an event. And everything's donated by me. Whatever needs to be done, we do it. And I could raise 30, 40,000 within weeks, no problem, zero issue. And that money goes to family. So I'm not one of those that I have to do something for somebody I know. Anyone that needs it, I'm here. And if I could do it, 100%, I'm here. And that's how we've done a lot of charities. Like April, one of my friend called me up and he said, they do, it's an April's an autism month. And he said, they're doing something. And I said, you know what? But they don't know how to do it. We did it. I got involved in it in 3 weeks. We did it. I did the event that they still scratching their head. And I ended up raising about 250 grand for them. And everything was donated by me.
I think
Wow,
the way you
Sanj.
say that, like,
And so to my network, even like cigars, so like cigar industry, my name, my reputation, they all know that I'm a very honest guy. So if I call up Davidoff and say, hey, I'm doing a charity event and I need 500 cigars and a gratis, they'll ship it to me. I call Nick Perdomo, I need 1,000 cigars, ship it to me. Ashton, Pete Johnson, JD, Nick Malello, everyone that they deal with, they know my reputation. That's what they know me as. So like if I ever call them, they look at it and say, wow, you called us. So sometimes, we run something short or anything and, we call and it's here. And they know that, 100% whatever they gave me, not a single cigar will go to someone else other than like I'm not smoking that or none of my guys who help me out. And I have a great guys here and girls that if I call and say, hey, I need 50 people, we need to back up this stuff and this and that, they're right here.
Right.
They leave everything. So again, like, here we run it like a one big family. And that's the beauty of it. And I always believe if you do, good people gonna hang with good people. It's just attraction that finds you. If you're a scumbag, you're gonna have scumbags around you. And that's
Right.
just the nature,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
I'm not, and I think that's the beauty of it.
Right.
So a lot of things. I mean, listen, I don't again answer to your question. Anyone needs it, I'm there.
Wow.
And that's my bottom line. So like I don't care about, they know me. I don't, and again, we're Hindus, so writing off is, we have never in 30 years, I have never ever taken a tax write-off, because to me, my mother always, God rest her soul, my mother always said, if you give something to somebody and you expect something in return, that's selfish.
Yep.
So I
That's
never
true.
take a write-off,
That's true.
So there is a
No
saying when,
expectations.
yeah, my mom always used to use this saying, there in Indian, this is Neki kar darya mein dal, means do good and throw it in the ocean. If it comes back to you, it comes back to you.
Mhm.
That's the way we, that's the way my life is.
Right. So Sanj, speaking of careers, and you started you started in entertainment, is that correct?
Yeah, so this is gonna. I mean, a lot of people don't know, and I don't like to talk about this, but it's okay. Um,
Can we?
so
Just tell us,
of course,
just
it's
just
nothing
tell
bad,
us a little
nothing
bit
bad,
about how
nothing.
you got
Yes,
started
yes,
and
yes,
how
of course.
you got into the cigar industry.
So as a kid, as I told you, my family had two cigar shops, and they were like full-blown cigar shops. We back in the day, we only did cigars and pipe tobacco, nothing else, right? So as a kid, I got to work in one of the cigar stores it was called Wooden Indian Tobacco. And actually the Indian that I have is almost 80 years old. It's a solid wood Indian. And that's the only thing when my family retired. So on my seventh grade, there was people came to take a picture for the yearbook. And, you know, we took the pictures and stuff. A week later, I grew up with my uncle and aunt. And a week later, there was this lady, Maria, contacted my principal and says, "Hey, who's this kid? We like to talk to his parents." And they give the information to about my uncle and stuff. And she actually worked for. She was actually a not recruiter, but she was a manager, and she did all the photo selection and stuff for company at the time. Agency was called John Casablanca and Ford Male Modeling. So they say, hey, this kid is very photogenic. We want to work with him. We want to do stuff. So 1984, 85, 86, 87, I was an assigned model for Benetton clothing company. And then,
What?
and then, so if you go back to Benetton magazines and all, you see my pictures and stuff, right? And then end of 1980, and I was big into, I got into a lot into fashion fields and fashion business and stuff. So I studied a lot. I could sew, I could design. So I got into private contracting. So there was a singer, Cuban singer called Carlos Matas, and he always dressed up in white, and I always dressed up in black. So I never knew anything other than black, right? So we connected. I used to do all the Cuban beauty pageants and stuff, and I would teach the girl how to do runway and makeup and stuff. So I have worked with Iman. I have worked with Naomi Campbell. I have worked with Grace Jones. So, Grace and I, we still talk, you know. So, and then late 87, I was a speed demon, and I used to collect cars. So I had a lot of old antique Corvettes and a couple of Ferraris and stuff, and I crashed one of my Corvettes, 69 convertible Corvette. I crashed doing 140 miles an hour. So that put me 4.5 days in a coma, 6 months worth of amnesia, and 3 years of learn how to walk again. So that's why I said I'm disabled. So I have a lot of restrictions right now. I can't do stuff. I don't look it. If you saw me, you wouldn't know. But I have metal plates in my head. I have a rod that holds my skull together. I have an artificial left knee. My back is all screwed up. I have bolts and nuts in my shoulders. I have all my teeth are artificial. So I survived. Somebody was, looking after me. And I'm here. And again, accident has changed nothing. This is who I was before accident, and this is who I am. So only one thing that I learned about accident is whatever my heart desires, I'm fucking gonna do it now because tomorrow is not guaranteed. So that's the only thing in my life has changed. So, other than that, I mean, so I couldn't work, and I had bought this building where I'm at very young age. And there was a guy out of nowhere. He rented it for years, and he just decided to leave. And I'm like, I couldn't rent it. So I said, I know enough about cigars. What am I going to do? So I lived upstairs, and I worked downstairs. And 1992, I opened up a cigar shop. And back in the day, since I had an experience, with the premium cigars, but back in the day, you had nothing like what it is today. So there is what came today as a general cigars used to be, Altadis and Willazan. So Willazan owned Hoy de Monterrey's, Arnie Perez, he had his own cigar, La Gloria Cubana, Iamos. And then back in the day, high-end stuff was, Davidoff was always a high-end. Then you had Dunhill's, then you had General Cigars used to make, actually was one of my favorite cigars, was called Santa Damiana. So, and then we started manufacturing. So my first cigar that we manufactured, it was out of Costa Rica. Because at that time, no one was doing cigars in Costa Rica. So the name that I'm going to mention, very few people would know today. Guy named Don Douglas. So Don Douglas was making my cigars. Then I had a friend of mine. So he said he wants to get into the business. So he came out with a cigar called Esteban Carrera. It was a box press Costa Rican tobacco. Steve Sachs, not Steve Saka, Steve Sachs. He passed almost 20 years ago. That was his cigar. Then Bahia Cigars for Tony Berhani. We made that cigars. So Tony Berhani is a friend of mine, and unfortunate thing happens, in industry. So when we were in the business, there was nobody there. There was no Rocky Patel. There was no fucking Gurkha, Kaiser. None of those guys. There was no Rafael Nadal. None of those guys were there. So 1997 is when 97, 98, when the boom took over, right? And then everybody and their mother came out with cigars. And then, again, anything you sell, anything you had a nice box and stuff, you sold it. But there are a handful of core companies that, did they get left behind? No. Because, the core companies is like Turtle and Rabbit's Race, right? So Rabbit ran fast, he got tired, and Turtle just kept on going. So there's, you see, the old companies are still there. Davidoff is doing just fine, the old company, Nick Perdomo. And I always admire Nick's company because Nick is probably the only guy in the industry that most people don't know that all these other companies raise the prices for this tax and that tax and, the application fee for FDA and all. Nick has never once raised the prices. So again, if you build, like we're doing a lounge upstairs, right? It should never be a consumer's burden. If that's the game you're playing, if you have application fees, you have this fees, you have that fee, it should never be a consumer's burden. But the industry is so small. So, and again, I'm very against a lot of companies. I'm against, that's why I don't support it. And the thing is, for me, is to do right thing. Again, the proof is in the pudding. Since 1992, all my cigars are MSRP, and that's the proof. If that can't prove, then I can't prove nothing more, right? But so many companies have came and gone, and all they're doing is wrapping shit. Now, you have one company making 25 different guys stuff. Who's he going to pay? Who's he going to give 100% to? No one. So now you got a band, you got a thing, So this cigar, this was called SP 1014s, right? Had a Cohiba band on it. That cigar in 1992 was $8. It's today $8. And I'm nobody compared to these people. But in 2007, we ran out of the tobacco. It didn't age the way we wanted to do it. And I said, absolutely not. I'd rather scrap that than give shit to people. So I take a lot of pride. Unfortunately, a lot of people, a lot of manufacturers don't take pride. This business is not ruined by high taxes. This business is ruined by both parties. Retailer, I blame 40% to retailers, 60% to manufacturers. If you come out with the cigar, so we're extremely selective here. Now, people, in industry, people fight to get in here. If you make it here, that's all you need here, right? Because we do tremendous business. So what happens is manufacturers don't pay attention to it. So they have sales rep. Sales reps looking for the dollar number. So my thing is, if I'm the tobacconist and I have nothing but premium stuff, I have 1,400 facings. Facings. That's the largest selection of premium cigar in fucking America, right?
Yeah.
So
a lot of shit.
Why would I have the same cigar that I carry that you sell it in a fucking guide that can't even pronounce name of your cigar? So there has to be some sort of difference here. So you have to pick and choose. Do you want to be Walmart of cigars, or you want to be hiring, boutique shops, and then, so again, it's saturated. Manufacturers don't care.
Right.
Manufacturers don't control stuff. That's why I admire Davidoff. Davidoff, there's 163 shops in the world that Davidoff is sold.
Right.
And
So it's
to me, they
Sanj, I mean,
protect it.
right.
I'm sorry?
So this is a perfect segue to get into Louie's segment. Let's get into the grit and grind of the business.
Yeah.
Take it away, Louie.
So, your hashtag, the most hated retailer. We have to address that, Sanj. We have to address it, but I'm not going to address it.
I will address it. So,
Well, you're going to address it after I show you. Some people have some words for you.
absolutely. Let's do it.
So these people have some words for you. Michael, can you play the video, please?
So Sanj, I was told to make a video for you, buddy. What makes you special? It's easy. What makes Sanj special is that he really is family. People overuse that word family an awful lot, but not you, brother. You are the best. What you do for others, what you do for charity, and what you do for family, and what you do for me and make me feel like family. I can't tell you how much I love you. Can't tell you how much I respect you. And salute, brother. Thanks for all you do, and thanks for all those you help. And can't possibly say anything more than I love you and your family. Peace.
Sanj, we just wanted to say a quick hello and tell you how much we love and miss you. You are like family to us, and we hope to get to see you soon and share some more great times and memories.
Hey Sanj, my brother, you know that. I miss you, bro. You're going to be up there soon. You're one of the most generous people that I've ever met in the world. How you teach your children to be giving instead of receiving. How you treat us and donate to Scouts for Warriors and to 1,000 other organizations. We just love you. It's just an amazing, amazing thing to be family with you.
It is.
We
love you, Sanj.
We love you. You take care and we'll see you soon.
Take care, love. Bye.
दीवाना है जब तेरा दर्शन पाएंगे चैन तब हमको पाना है गोरिया 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 रे अब्बा गोरिया 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 रे गोरिया 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 रे अब्बा गोरिया 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 रे
You wouldn't think a Haitian woman would know how to Bollywood her ass, huh? Son! We love you so much. Thank you so much. Emerson and I, we thank you so much for all the knowledge, all the love, the membership that we get at Sanj, the love. I mean, you are the best and the most fucking hated. But goddamn! I love your humor. I love your honesty. I love your frankness. And I just love you, man. We just love you.
Hey, Sanj. Just want to say I appreciate you. You're always number one with me. You may be the number one hated, but I love you. You're the best. Always show me love for many years. And I've been coming to your shop. Much respect. One love. Love you from New York. See you soon. I'm here in Coney Island.
Michael Lamb.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Mike Lamboy. Me, Mike Lamboy from Jersey, a member at SANJ'S. What could I say about the goodness of Sanj? Is there a lot? Nah, you know what? Without a doubt. There's a lot of goodness, a lot of greatness that man has. Besides in the cigar industry, he's taught me a lot. One thing I won't forget, this brother right here caught COVID, and I was in bad shape, bad. And when I tell you, Sanj, man, you called me 2, 3, 4 times a day, not just call, video me to see me. You know I was looking pretty bad, bro. You made sure me, my family was good, all of us. So, yeah, we call ourselves Sanj's kids because, yeah, you only got me by like 2 or 3, 4 years, maybe 5, I don't know. But I'm one of your kids, bro. Anyway, thank you for all you do, Sanj. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You're a good dude. Peace out.
My love.
My dear friend, how much you are special and different. So that's why I wanted to make something crazy, like something so funny in a different way. So I hope that you will like it. Watch. Sanjito, my friend, I missed you. What can I say about you? Did you see all these money? You are the king. Well, you're not the most hated retailer. You are the most beloved retailer because you are the best. And I'm very happy because tonight all aficionados will talk about you, all my sisters. And you know that you are so special to me. I'm waiting to see you in Lebanon, and look what I will smoke now. Section 8. I'm so proud of you. Ciao.
First, I want to thank Lou for thinking of me, your doll face. I am super honored to be able to talk about one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, my Sanj, my Jan. I'm super sad that you can't be here with me, and I'm fighting back the tears, but I understand, and I love you nonetheless. Sanj is the most caring and giving person I've ever known, ever. And for the past more than 10 years, I have known him. And since I met him, we were the bestest of friends. And I hope it will always remain that way. My family loves him. My kids adore him. And I love his family. I'm currently on my way to get married. I'm behind. And I didn't care. I just needed to make this video just to let you, Sanj, know how much I love you and appreciate you. You are a fucking encyclopedia. You know everything. There's nothing I've never asked you that you didn't have an answer to. You're brilliant. Not just in the cigar world, but as a person. You are exceptional. You're a perfectionist. And I guess that's why we get along, because I'm a perfectionist too. And you're an asshole. And everybody knows that. And in your heart of hearts, you are the sweetest, most cutest, funniest, ridiculous person ever. I'm rushing. I didn't get to write anything down, but I really just want to say that you've definitely changed the lives of many. And if I don't tell you enough, which I'm pretty sure I do, I love you. Always, Cat and Sanj.
Whew. Every time when I was compiling that video, everybody's out of town. Maddie's in Nashville. Yeah. Michael is celebrating his anniversary at some exotic island somewhere. Kat was getting married in Colombia, out of the country. And it was so important for them. I mean, every time I get so emotional watching that video because I just know how much they care for you. I know how much you mean to them. When Michael and I had the opportunity of visiting you in 2015. That is one memory we'll always have. And it was to celebrate Kat's birthday that day.
Right.
And everyone just has so much love for you. And that is why you're the most hated retailer. Period.
So the hashtag most hated retailer came not from a consumer side of it,
Yeah.
the retail side of it, right?
Yeah.
So because we do the right thing, every retailer hates us. So like, you know, you'll see like retailers, they'll come in here and they're like, hey, if you need something, I'm here, you know. And but there is one particular shop in New Jersey that every salesman goes there, and as soon as they mention, oh, I just came from Sanj or from here, I'm going to Sanj, he motherfucks me to no end. And it's like, how does this fucking guy sell cigars that cheap? And you know, and they're like, hey, listen, he's been doing it for years, and you know, so they get it. Like we'll do an event. I mean, prior to COVID, we used to do one event from each manufacturer. So like we'll do event once a month, you know, Friday 4 to 10, you know, and we sell a couple hundred boxes, you know, and the deals that we negotiate for our members and stuff, other companies can do it. Pete Johnson himself, he does 3 events a year. 2 of the 3 are at my shop. He flies down, Casey flies down, Dan flies down, and we have good time. JD comes here, Nick Malilla lunch every single cigars here. So, you know, the shop is, it's my thing is, you know, we just have a good time. And to me, the nicest and the caringest I am, but when it comes to business, if you see me my business side, you think I have fucking bipolar disorder, right?
That's me.
Because to me, business end of it is, you know, it is what it is, or it's either you shit or get off the fucking pot. So there are companies, you know, they're like, hey, we'll give you this, but you have to spend $200,000 a year. I'm like, I'll give you $400,000. You have to hold, you know, your side of the word, right? So also in my shop that, you know, we don't care. So I buy cigars and I bring in tobacco. First of all, you cannot use name or popularity, right? So I don't care how many people wants this cigar. If this cigar, 80% of that cigar is not good for 80% of my clientele's palate, you're not coming in.
Yep.
So we buy, so I know 100% of my clients' palate. Now, if you ask my clients who come in, and if you picked up cigars and you put 30 cigars on a counter, and I know who you are and I know your palate, and if you have 10 cigars, I'm like, hey, put this back. This is out of your palate. This is out of your palate, excuse me. And you know, we educate them. My job is, so that is the difference here. So you go into any other cigar shop, whatever you bring, the fucking guy's ringing it up because to him it's a sell. To me, that's not the sell. I want anybody that comes in, I want you to learn. This is what I'm here for, right? I had a girl come last November. She wanted to buy $3,000 DuPont lighter. I says, who are you buying it for? And she said, oh, my boyfriend. I said, how long your boyfriend smoking? And she goes, 6 months, 7 months. I said, come back next year this time. If he's still smoking, I'd gladly sell you the lighter. Now, so that is the thing. That's the thing, doing the right thing, right?
Yes.
It's not about the money. And that's why I practice what I preach. And that's why I hate this fucking other retailers, that the way they charge the pricing. So retailer said, hey, it's 30% tax. I don't care if it's 90% tax. You know, and then they all looking at you and say, how the fuck this guy sells Davidoff Chinese calendar? We get minimum 100 to 150 boxes. Every year, it's MSRP from $395 to $400. And that's exactly what it goes out for. And the same guy that complains about me to Davidoff is selling that same cigar for $650 a box when I'm selling for $395. So so you dig in your own grave. You know, I always say to people, I don't want 100% of anything. I want 10% of everything.
Yes.
When it comes to business, I'm worse than a Jew. Hey, $75, take it, because it's not something I can get.
Right.
right?
Right.
So take it. You know, it rotates money, right?
Right.
So my worst event that we did, it was, I'll never forget it. It was JD calls me up and he says, "We coming out with a cigar called Herrera Stella. There's a guy named Willie. He makes a cigar. We want to launch it at your shop." So I said, "No problem." So that's the first time I met Willie. So it was December 19th, Friday. It was 6 degrees. Windshield felt like -5 and a lot of snow on the ground. Willie comes in. He comes out of this fucking truck from K-Max truck. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, he's a giant, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking, and he goes, "Yo, dude, nice to meet you." And, he's that typical Cuban, way. And then we became best friends, go out to eat, send his family all kind of cheeses and stuff.
Aww.
So we became very close. And I actually felt bad because Willie's like, "Dude, I don't think we're going to do a good event." And I says, "Yeah, I don't think so." That was my worst event. I saw 164 boxes.
Wow.
And for me, that wasn't good enough.
Wow. But that's not, I mean, a lot of retailers don't even do that.
Well, retailers don't do, most retailers is buy 5, get 1 free. Fuck that. I tell my retail manufacturers, I never ever have done an open box cigar. Either you do boxes or don't do anything. And in the industry, I'm known to a lot of consumers as a rude guy, right? But it's not rude because today our world has turned into like this fucking pacification of fucking everything. Everybody's feelings get hurt, right?
Yes.
I tell people, I don't allow people to smoke flavored cigars in my lounge. You can't smoke flavored cigars because most of my guys, I'm a big Davidoff fan. I smoke a lot of Davidoff. A lot of guys smoke high-end cigars. Now you smoking this expensive smokes, and you got this motherfucker grown-ass man. They dress up like they signed a record deal, and they fucking smoking Tatiana cherries. What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker, right? So I got a problem. And I tell this motherfuckers, you can't smoke that shit in my shop. He says to me, "Why do you sell it?" I said, "That's not your business. Don't buy something. Buy something else." So so they think that I'm rude because I don't let them sell flavor cigars in my shop. But that's not rude. Then the biggest thing, they're like, "Yo, I'll buy 2 boxes." I don't discount stuff. We're very strict about it, right? Integrity counts when you do the right thing when no one's watching. So if the deals are there for our members, then it's strictly for our members, right?
Yes.
So we run our membership. Our membership is, until now, it was $500 a year. The new membership is going to go, we go upstairs, it's going to go $700 a year, right? But if you're a smoker, our membership is basically free. So I'll tell you how. You go to any lounges anywhere in America. If you're a member, you sit in same places where some jerk off the street smoking Tatiana sitting, right? The only thing you get is a locker. Then, this is another thing I hate. What the fuck is cutting fee? What is a fucking glass fee? What is fucking corking fee? What the fuck is all these fees these motherfuckers are charging, right? Listen, you want to come to my lounge? I have a place. Sit down. You want a glass? Knock yourself out. You want ice? Knock yourself out. You want espresso? There's a machine. Make it your fucking self, right? You don't charge for anything. But here's the thing. Our membership basically is free because we do tons and tons of stuff. 100% of the stuff that we do in my shop is member oriented. So, like any of our members buy anything, 20 cigars, we give them 15% off, 365 days. Any $50 accessories, and up, we give them 25% off. Hold on, then we'll negotiate a private event deals for our members, right?
Yeah.
So we just did an event we did 2 in the last 2 months from Davidoff. One event, box was MSRP was $200. We negotiated a deal for members only. You buy a box, you get a box free. Boom. Now, 3 weeks prior to it, we did an event for members only. It was $75 plus tax. It came to $78, $73 something. But you got $450 with the Davidoffs.
Wow.
Then Like Pete Johnson would launch a cigar, T110. We got highest amount of boxes. Only.
Sorry, I have the alarm going off in my building. Oh shit! Hold on a second. What the hell?
Live and unfiltered, y'all.
That's all right.
Oh my God, what happened?
That's probably Carlton
Sanj.
Young crying.
Look at that. We have an alarm going off in my building.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So Sanj,
And then what we do, end of the year, let's say you didn't do any of it, you didn't get to participate in any of it. Then what we do is Black Friday and Black Saturday. If you remember, you could come here and buy anything and everything you buy. You pay exactly what I pay. And then if you give me American Express, I charge you 4% more on that. If you give me anything other than American Express, 3%. So last year, DuPont lighter came out. It was a matte finish limited edition lighter. This is the dual flame lighter, right? It's a soft flame, and you push it up, it's a torch, right? And it's a matte finish. It's a Legrand series. It was $2,000 MSRP. Our cost was 13 something. That's exactly what we sold it. But 90 members bought these lockers. So your membership is free. Basically, it's free. Plus, it's true 24/7 lounge. You could enter anytime, 365 days. We have a gorgeous outside. Now the lounge upstairs is going to be super gorgeous. And so, we're giving back to you. So membership, why did we charge membership? To keep the riffraffs away. I'm very selective of who comes into my lounge, right? So, I don't allow loud music. I mean, yeah, there's music. So I always tell people, place like this, you should be unwinding. You talk about your issues. How was your day? Now come here and, want to feel like you're in some fucking, club or some shit like that. You got to yell in a small room to get somebody's attention. So we don't allow a lot of stuff, and then they feel that I'm being rude because you can't get into my lounge. Well, no, you have a space. You could sit there and that's it. That's all we're asking, So even sometimes guests come and we tell them they want expression stuff. We don't charge anything. So a lot of these shops, and, I blame consumer, right? You paying these high prices. Always happens. Somehow the LFD Bull, we sell that cigar for $15.60.
I'm so sorry. We have to evacuate our building.
Hope everything's well.
I don't know what's
Hey guys, listen. Sanj, we apologize for the disturbance. We have to go downstairs. Once this is all done, what we'll do, we'll link back to you. So Nikki just stands still. Everybody just stay in place. We'll be back in contact with everybody and we'll resume this show.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hope all is well.
All right.
Okay. Oh my goodness.